We have some very special guests with us today, and we're going to pick this up. You know, our messages are put on the internet, but at the conclusion of my message today, we're going to put this on because some folks that could not be here today, and they know Paul and Angela, and they said, we just miss this so much, and we'd like to hear what they say and how they are growing in their faith. Chris, would you come and bring Angela with you? Paul, he's here to support his wife, Angela. Now, Angela, I said this at the end of our little time together but you look absolutely gorgeous today. And I saw all these ladies looking and saying, boy, this is one put together lady. We are so glad that you and Paul are here, and you're part of our life here. We just really appreciate you. And Chris, you know Chris well, because Chris has a ministry that's part of this church. And Chris, every Sunday, leaves this service, and he goes out to his congregation. That congregation is under the freeway overpasses and around the area. And we support Chris monthly, and we bought him a lovely truck that helps him get all of his stuff out there. And Angela, we are just blessed to have you and Paul here today, and I hope you feel the blessing. God bless you. Chris, you talk to Angela a little bit, and we'll, oh, I'm sorry, you can't talk without some help. Here you go. We've got to hear this.
Thank you, and thank you, Angela, for coming. Thank you very much. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions. And one of them would be, how did you become homeless?
Well, my husband and I lived in Arkansas, and he ran out of work, and I used to live here in the desert, and I remembered that the season usually brings work. So we decided to drive cross country in our little Ford LTD, and we made it to about the intersection of, or the off-ramp of Washington Street by AM PM, and our car caught on fire. And we kind of ended up stuck.
So that settled that.
Yes.
You were here for a while. What was your life like before you became homeless?
It was good. We had a home and a vehicle, and we were doing very well for ourselves. It was a normal, happy life.
Until the work stopped. Until the work stopped?
Yes. Until the work stopped.
What is the greatest challenge you face being homeless?
Getting enough to eat every day, day to day, definitely.
Okay. Do you have plans beyond this living condition?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. My husband is looking into various truck driving schools that will provide a school for him to go to and housing, and in exchange he'll sign up for like a 2-year thing of working for them after he completes the program, which actually gives him job security for 2 years.
Great, great. Can you tell me what you told me a little while ago about your husband's faith?
Absolutely. Before I became homeless, and my husband and I had just barely gotten together, he really had lost his faith in God. He felt like God had turned his back on him, and he wasn't really happy with him. And when I became homeless, and he'd seen our days of trial, and like times when I'd be really hungry, and he'd see me pray, God, please, could you just help us eat today? And within 5 to 20 minutes, someone would come up to me and say, God sent me to give this to you, or God told me to give this to you. And time and time, hundreds and hundreds of times, many times, day to day, God answers our prayers, and He sees the immediate, result of that. A lot of times, it takes time for God to answer our prayers, but in this instant, he's shown my husband that He is there, He is watching us, and He does care.
Great, thank you. How are you treated by non-homeless people?
It varies from one end to the other. I've got those that tell me, get a job, get a life. I didn't, work to support you. And then, you have the other beautiful people of God that come and tell me, I can't help you with anything. I don't have anything, but can I at least pray for you? And that is, to me, prayers make more of a difference than anything in the world, because God can move mountains.
That's true, that's true. What's the homeless diet like?
I kind of have a saying that says, if you'd like to lose weight, try the homeless diet. When I first got here, I was 100 pounds heavier, and I've lost about 100 pounds being homeless and hungry. But luckily, I actually, could use the weight loss. I do have a friend that he's about this tall and 117 pounds.
That's tremendous. How do you get relief from the heat?
Well, there are actually various businesses that allow us to go and spend our time in there. Togo's, Carl's Jr., and Wendy's usually don't, have a problem with us going inside and relieving ourselves from the heat from time to time. Another place, Bargains, is a clothing store, and they not only provide the homeless with clean clothes weekly, but they also allow us to go inside and browse, the store and look at the books and cool off.
Great, great. Thank you very much, Angela. You're an amazing person.
Don't forget, I also want to make a point that your ministry has made a really big difference to all of us that are homeless out there, especially those that are on the fringes of the outskirts of, the homeless, the ones that don't really want to socialize with anybody, that won't go to the missions or other locations for help, that we all look forward to that big yellow truck. For some people, that is the only time that they will have a decent, balanced nutrition, a decent meal.
Wonderful. Thank you very
God
much,
bless
Angela.
you. God bless you. Thank you so much.